This is Dan Dix here, reporting for Press for Truth. It has been a very exciting week for anybody involved in the blockchain technology or cryptocurrencies in general. Bitcoin, for example, has seen all-time highs. It recently hit $6,000 US, and in fact, at the time of the making of this video, it's right now hovering right in at around $6,000. So for anybody who got into this a couple months ago, even just a few weeks ago, they're already seeing huge gains. So this is incredibly exciting to say the least. Now, for the viewers at PFT, you're probably already well aware that the largest Bitcoin mining company in the world is Genesis Mining. But what you may not know is that they have just recently joined forces with HIVE Blockchain, and they've got some exciting things planned for the future. So I'm really excited to announce that today I have on the line the CEO and president of HIVE Blockchain, Harry Pokrandt, and I want to first bring our viewers up to speed and let them know one of the recent announcements coming from HIVE Blockchain, which I think shareholders ought to be really excited about. HIVE Blockchain has recently entered into a legally binding letter agreement dated October 23rd, 2017, with its largest shareholder, Genesis Mining, under which the company will finance the construction of a cryptocurrency mining data center in Sweden, known as the Sweden Data Center. The Sweden Data Center will be a newly constructed GPU mining facility with an anticipated completion date of December 2017. So real soon, guys. The company's cryptocurrency mining capacity, or hash power, is expected to increase by approximately 175% with the addition of the Sweden Data Center. So this is absolutely huge news. So I want to get your view on your thoughts on the acquisition and where you see this moving forward with Genesis Mining in Sweden. But before we get into that, maybe you could start us off by telling us how did you first get involved with blockchain technology in general to the point where you're now the CEO of HIVE Blockchain?
Well, I took an interest in Bitcoin quite some time ago, years ago, and actually I was interested in mining itself. At the time, Bitcoin. I bought my first Bitcoin at $100. Clearly, I didn't buy enough of it, but at that point in time, I actually started mining, but on a very, very small basis, nothing like the enterprise that I'm involved with now. But always been keen on cryptocurrencies. This opportunity with Genesis and with HIVE, we started looking at doing a transaction with the Genesis guys. It would have been March or May of this year. And it happened to be that one of my directors, Olivier Francois, was very close to the guys from Genesis, and there's a group of guys who were going over to meet with them in Munich. I tagged along, went to Munich as well. We then flew to Iceland to see the facilities they have in Iceland. And anyways, I just wanted to be involved with this company in any way I could. It's been something that I've been thinking about for a very long time, and it was very fortuitous that I happened to be there and jumped on the opportunity.
Well, it makes so much perfect sense that you guys would be involved with Genesis, and it also makes sense that they would locate their original facility in Iceland. And I think it's important to point out, folks, it is the people in Iceland who jailed the bankers after the 2008 financial crisis. And I believe it was Obama who said, Bitcoin is comparable to having a Swiss bank account in your back pocket. So it makes sense that this would be going over to Sweden. What can you tell us about the facility in Sweden and what you guys hope to achieve in the coming months?
Okay, in Sweden, this is an expansion or a facility that was already under construction. The Genesis guys had already started the build out there. We had over 30 million Canadian in the treasury. And we negotiated to buy. That's 6.8 megawatts that is being built in Sweden. So This is going to be brand new equipment. They are, in fact, Genesis built these rigs themselves. They bought out their supplier, so these are custom optimized mining rigs, all GPU-based rigs. So state-of-the-art, cutting-edge machines. So again, that they expect that to be completed in December of this year. And the moment it gets switched on, we start mining the cryptocurrencies we want to mine.
And how does the government of Sweden feel about this? Because I know there's been a huge crackdown lately. China banning ICOs and cryptocurrency exchanges. The Russians doing similar things. How is the vibe over there generally when it comes to cryptocurrencies for the Swedish government?
Well, the Swedish government. There's other cryptocurrency miners over there already, so it's something that they've been supportive about. One of the main reasons that they also like mining is, the main input to mining is electricity. So it consumes a fair amount of electricity. Sweden does have excess capacity. It's got very good power rates as well. So by switching on, we're going to be a large industrial scale type of user of that power as well. So Sweden is over 50% of its power is done by hydroelectric. That is recent that they've been as the power is that concentrated behind hydro, but certainly it's something that we look for is good power, good long-term power contracts and good prices as well. And again, in good jurisdictions, Sweden is all that.
Yeah, it seems to be comparable, I guess, to, or is it? I know in Iceland that was one of the bigger draws, was the lower energy costs. It's comparable to what it costs in Iceland, there in Sweden?
Yeah, it is very good prices in Sweden as well. Iceland, of course, has the geothermal and the hydroelectric there as well. That's why the aluminum smelters are based in Iceland, is because the power prices for producing aluminum requires a lot of energy as well. So yeah, we are intentionally locating in these low-cost power areas.
Now, HIVE Blockchain is actually listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and this seems to me like it's a great opportunity to bridge a gap here between people who are maybe nervous of the technology, or people who are a little bit leery of getting into this, but they're familiar with the traditional, stock market type of exchanges. Do you see HIVE as being, that kind of bridge between the mainstream in order to get people involved into cryptocurrencies?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, most or certainly I've got a background in capital markets as well, and really we're the only pure play public crypto mining company that exists at this point in time. And you're right that traditional bricks and mortar type of stock equity players don't have good alternatives to get exposure to this crypto environment. So what HIVE does is, what's interesting is we plan on hoarding the coins that we produce. So as a shareholder of HIVE, you would get exposure, the exposure of the positive margins of mining itself, but you also will get exposure to growing inventory of the underlying cryptocurrencies as well. So it's quite a unique way to get that exposure.
Well, I think it's unique, it's innovative, it's absolutely awesome. In fact, I recommended the stock to my subscribers not long ago. It was only a few weeks back at around 82 cents, and today it's trading already at over $3. It's about to close at over $3, so a lot of my subscribers are already very happy. So for anybody else who is curious about how they get involved with this, maybe you could fill in the people who are into the cryptocurrencies but not so familiar with the traditional stock exchange. How do they get involved with HIVE Blockchain?
Sorry, the people are familiar with
the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, but maybe they're kind of new to getting into the stock market game. Hey, can they just visit? Can they just go on the Toronto stock market and purchase HIVE stock, or what's the best way to go about doing that?
Well, they would have to open an account with a brokerage firm of some sort. It could be an online trading account with one of the banks, or with a traditional broker, and have to buy shares that way is the way that they would have to get exposed to it. I guess that's probably the best way for someone to buy shares of HIVE. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I would strongly encourage people to check this out because correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this company is not just going to be dealing in cryptocurrencies, right? Is it moving towards blockchain technology in general? Because I think there's a pretty big future there for blockchain technologies.
Yeah, and we intentionally didn't call it crypto miner or anything. We called it HIVE Blockchain Technologies. And because at some point in time, there's a lot of activity going on in applying blockchain to all sorts of different applications which are not cryptocurrency related. So, a blockchain is really simply it's a public ledger, and what you're doing is recording transactions so that you're moving one digital asset from one location to another, and to verify the transaction and to put it in a form that is secure and then actually add it to the end of the blockchain. That's the activity that miners do. So then, although right now there's not a lot of live blockchains except for the cryptocurrencies, at some point in time when these other applications start gaining momentum and becoming more mainstay, those are potential areas of business that we could pursue as well. At some point in time, those blockchains have to compete with the margins that we get while we mine cryptocurrency. So that's one of the reasons I think that there's a land grab going on right now for computational power that's devoted to mining cryptocurrency, but more generally also blockchain.
Well, I've noticed there's been some disputes within the community, especially involving the Bitcoin core. I mean, we just had a second fork from Bitcoin Cash now into Bitcoin Gold, and I think there's going to be another fork coming potentially in November. So have you guys prepared for these things, and is HIVE able to mine Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin Gold, and whatever might be coming next?
Well, our facilities at the moment are GPU miners. So GPU is typically not used to mine Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very efficiently mined by ASIC miners, and ASIC miners are application-specific integrated circuits, and they're very, very fast and efficient. However, they have no flexibility what they can mine. So they focus completely on Bitcoin. Whereas the GPU mining that we do is more about or can mine cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Zcash, and a host of other alternative currencies as well. So then, right now with the GPU miners, we're not focused on Bitcoin. We're focused on these other currencies. That's not by design. It's actually because of opportunity, really, and certainly we hope to, in the future, be able to purchase perhaps a different data center which would be devoted to ASIC mining or towards Bitcoin. But you're in the same thing that happens in the Bitcoin world, where you're seeing these hard forks also happen with these other currencies as well. And that it's provides opportunity as well, because you can take a view on these different currencies, and if you really know the characteristics that make the different currencies attractive. We actually plan to take views on the underlying currencies, and if we think there's some event coming up, or there's a particular currency which we think is going to gain traction, we'll mine that just to own it, just to get long that particular currency and keep it in our inventory, and hopefully we're right on those viewpoints, and make a lot of money on the appreciation of those particular currencies. So yeah, you have to be on top of these various issues about the forks and the different protocols that are being introduced, and even the new currencies, and have a view and act on those views.
All right. Well, as we said, it's an incredibly exciting time to be involved in this space right now. So, Harry, I want to once again thank you so much for joining us today. Let the viewers know at home where they can go online to get involved with Hive.
Go to our website. It's HIVEBlockchain.com. There's it gives you all our news releases and a corporate presentation as well. Sign up for an email update whenever we have one. That's the best place to go.
Awesome. We're going to have all the links in the description. Once again, thank you so much for talking to us. Take care.
Thank you.